Welcome back on the show. We're ready to run into our Unbreakable Records segment, or at least some of the tougher records that have been set at the high school level in the state of Kansas. And Jeff Bollig, the chairman of the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame, joining us once again. Jackie Stiles, we'll dive right into it. We've highlighted Jackie as a Hall of Fame inductee already on the show, Jeff, but this time one of her records, and you immediately have to go. She has a number of records, right, but you immediately have to go to that career points total for Jackie Stiles.
Wow, 3,607 points playing high school at Claflin, or now Central Plains. And just amazing. I don't know. We could debate that. I don't know who or when that will be broken next. I believe there's 31 young ladies who have eclipsed the 2,000-point mark in Kansas high school basketball history. And I think the next is Lori Kane. Lori Kane was about 3,300, and then Emily Ryan from Central Plains as well was right around 31. But I don't know if that won't be broken. That'll be a one for discussion. But Jackie set the tone, and it's interesting. We talk about Title IX and giving young ladies access and opportunity to play. So many high schools, did not have girls basketball. 60s, early 70s. So it's relatively new compared to maybe to the boys game. And then it took some while to generate interest. I mean, you create the Title IX, you create the teams, but, you've got to put them together at their thought maybe that, young women didn't have a future in sports, or that you really didn't focus on it. But now with all these opportunities, what we're seeing nationally, internationally, these young kids are starting right away. And Jackie may have been one of the first group, perhaps Lynette Woodard, but we saw what it's translated into. And just a great athlete that she was in high school, and went on to Southwest Missouri State and to the pros. And now she's out doing training and speaking at groups. But, she not only has the career scoring record for Kansas high school, but the season and the single game. And, her records are all over, the record book. And I don't think we'll be seeing those erased anytime soon.
I remember reading a story by Joanna Chadwick a number of years ago, and she was highlighting Jackie Stiles, and in that story she mentioned, like, it just seems like everybody has a story about right. Jackie Stiles, whether it's, when she hurt her right wrist and had to play with her left hand and still scored like 20 a game, or, the 71-point game. So you talk about, when you think of legends, like athletic legends, Jackie's one of those legends that everyone has a story about her.
Well, you're right. And we talk about Kansas again, and she fits that mode of small town, and she was always so approachable. I think I mentioned when we talked about her in the Hall of Fame, I was at a conference and I had an opportunity to sit right by her, and we talked all night, and just so approachable, so humble, kind and giving. And I think she knows what she received when she was young, the support from so many, and it's her way of giving back. And I can only imagine everybody wanting a piece of Jackie, just, coming up for autographs or talking, and they're just so excited. But that's a challenge when you're, training, playing, trying to focus on your sport. But whenever I was around her or saw her, I've talked to anybody, she's always been so gracious. So, just a great athlete, another one we can celebrate in our state. And again, that point total is just amazing. I just, I don't know if we'll see it broken. I really don't.
Well, and she could just do everything. I mean, she had the jump shot. She could finish at the rim. But then she got to the free throw line. You talk about another one of those records, like 662 career free throws that she made. So, it was just tough to stop her, period.
Pick your poison, right? Yeah. I mean, zoner, she shoots over it, dribbles through it, man to man, nobody can stop her. Just incredible work ethic. And I go back and I think about the impact she had on young girls in Kansas. And I bet if you ask, Lori Kane or Emily Ryan or any of these girls, Nikki Ramage, any of those girls who played coming up, just the thought of playing with or following her footsteps, or the vision she had to play, and they followed in that. I think that's really going to be her legacy. I really do. She'll be in the record book. She'll have all these awards, but when you think about all the young players and student athletes and young women, especially that came up and they refer to Jackie Stiles, it's impressive. And I think that'll be her legacy.
Well, then I even remember, like, Kansas kind of living through her when she was having her success in college as well. When they made that run to the Final Four, like, I think everyone around this area and probably the entire state was just super jacked about that too.
Well, absolutely. And I remember that team, they were sent, I believe, out to Spokane for a regional. And then she had to accept the Await Award, I believe it was, back east. She crisscrossed the country that week. And I really felt sorry for her. And I think finally at the Final Four, it just got to be too much, and she just wore down. Of course, I think Notre Dame was in that with another famous Kansan, right? Ruth Riley, born in Ness City. But I think she just wore down a little. It was really unfair to her. I feel bad. I just think back to that time. It was joyous for her. I know it was, but intense because of all the travel and all the high expectations. But you're right. I mean, everybody jumped on the Jackie bandwagon. I mean, and she was one of us and a part of us. And so we had immense pride, and she's given so much to the state. So, it's always good to talk about Jackie Stiles. I know we talk about some athletes over and over again, but you can never get too much Jackie.
I agree. Jeff, I appreciate the time.
Thanks, Cole. Appreciate it.
Jeff Bollig with the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame.